Hello and welcome to the Tavern Chat podcast. This is night 2 of. Stop laughing, man! You're laughing at me. No, this is the Tavern Chat, man. We don't start over. We just start.
This stuff?
We got booze. We're ready.
It's like a kamikaze crashing into a ship. It doesn't stop. It just keeps
No, it keeps on going. We've done this at a game hole. We didn't do it at Gary Con because Gary Con's a bit insane. But in any case, it's just kind of like a talking crit with Bad Mike, myself. But we have others at the table. James Shields, artist without comparison, who's it's a visual. I can't show you my fucking backpack. But if you've seen the cover of the Swords of Wizardry Continual Light, you know the cover.
I'm Ed Hill, and I just happen to be one of these local dregs who've come here for the past 7 years. So,
all right, I've only been here for 6, so I've
been here for 11.
It's your fucking con,
yeah,
dude.
Well, that's why I've been here for 11 years.
All right. So we were talking right before this actually about how you said it's the most enjoyable time you've had at your own con.
This is the best. Well, and then I was saying this before the recording went on, so this is just not just the best time. I've had the best time here because it's just hitting the spot after 11 years where you pretty much know everybody, or you know a lot of the people, if not by name, by face.
Right.
And we've been at the same hotel now 3 years, so they've gotten used to us. We kind of got a groove going. They know which rooms we need. They know what kind of food things to set up. We've had the taco truck.
The taco truck.
The taco truck.
I'm a New Yorker. I'm used to finding new places for real Mexican food, not Taco Bell, not the Chinese Tex-Mex that it's often what you find. And because I worked in the South Bronx in the late 90s, trust me, I could find really good Mexican food. And this is right up there and then some. Mike, you guys, you and Doug did well finding this truck.
We lucked out because we had a few. I wish we could have more food trucks, but the convention is just not big enough with 500 people. It's not big enough to support a whole bunch of food trucks. And we had 2 cancel on us this year right before because food trucks. They just kind of go where the money is. So,
they're mercenaries.
You say, we'll give this much money. We'll supply so many people. Well, the next day somebody might call and say, oh, we got 800 people over at our event. So, then they're out. They don't sign contracts or anything. But these guys, last minute we called them and said, yeah, we'll be there. And my gosh, their Al Pastor tacos are incredible. I live in Texas. I know authentic Tex-Mex. This is some of the best I've ever had. So that's one small part of what's made this convention just so.
Well,
great.
at 1 o'clock they were out of chicken.
Oh, they were. Oh my God.
At 1 o'clock they were out of chicken. I don't know. They were here too dark yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
Now, James, how many times have you been to North Texas now?
It's my 3rd one.
All right, and you are a pretty well-known artist and a very skilled artist, but you come here to game.
Yeah, I don't even get a booth because I'm not here to sell my work. I'm here to game. This is what I enjoy doing. I could try and sell stuff, but then I wouldn't get to play.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I understand that because I work the booth for the Frogs, and I run 2 games, and my wife is playing in 4 this week. I'm playing in none, but I'm running 2, so I guess. But we're good. Ed.
So basically, you're.
We're doing a podcast, man. We're doing an impromptu talking crit with Bad Mike and Eric.
Bad Mike and Eric, the booth bitch.
The booth babe.
I'm sorry, booth babe. Yeah, of course.
I could wear a bikini next time. I might do. I try to be sexy.
Let's stay away from that.
So now, Ed, welcome.
Edwin.
Oh, I can't call you Ed.
I would rather you didn't.
Hold on a second. Here's some Parrot Bay. Can we call you Ed now?
No.
All right, hold on a second. How about some Western Sun prickly pear?
Why do you think giving me shitty alcohol is going to allow...
Jim Beam, Devil's Cut.
No.
No, not good enough?
Come on, rum chata.
I've just been drinking good whiskey.
Oh, we can make his mark.
Well, no, he said good whiskey.
Well.
Let's just make her mark.
Here, $3. It's supposed to taste like Fruit Loops if they came out of a nuclear reactor. I swear to God.
I feel like you're working your way to calling me sir.
No. Ed never.
Royal Highness.
No, I've already been called that today. It really scared the fuck out of me. No, I've been called that, so I wouldn't do it to you. I'm not a sir. My father's a sir. Barely. But no, this really tastes... I feel
like there's an Ed over there.
Like,
you call him Ed. All you want.
Ed, yeah.
Edwin. Because you're a winner.
because it's my name.
Oh,
What do you want me to call you, Rick?
I don't give a shit.
Rick? I don't know.
Well, no, because my name is not Richard.
Right?
It's not a proper nickname for Eric.
Okay.
But
It is short for a form.
It's kind of getting there. I don't know. Sorry, so we're live? Is that what
we
you're
are
calling me?
no, we're not live. Well, we are recording, but we're not live.
Okay.
It'll go up
unedited.
probably shortly after. Oh, there's no editing.
Plan to be.
Yeah,
I don't know where.
we don't edit.
No, yeah.
If you've ever listened,
Come over here.
if you've ever listened, we don't edit. I just because. What's the point? What's the point of recording at a con if you can't get conversation behind you?
That's a good question.
I guess that's about the gladiatorial games.
Yes.
All right.
Oh yeah, you're in the finals now. All right.
No, I just did one fight, so we'll see if I get in the finals tonight. My first year here, my first game, and I went and won the whole thing.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I was a newbie champion as well.
Yeah, Virgin Gladiator.
I think that maybe that's just the
Maybe the secret.
Yeah, maybe the secret. Don't ever play this.
Don't play a second time.
Yeah.
I've never played it the first time. I might have to do that next year.
I came close the second time. I made it to the semis, I think.
My second time I was knocked
the
out in the
Diesel
first round.
trophy. Diesel, the Force.
Yeah.
Trophy. That's a pretty nice trophy.
Yeah.
That's something you don't mind displaying at your home.
Well, isn't that like also like different parts will come together so you can first?
No, the Gladiator one's just a single one.
Oh, that's the chariot
The
race.
chariot race one's 3 different parts.
Okay.
The sword does come out.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sword
now,
comes out.
The first time I came, I'm actually here with my dad because him playing D&D was what got me into role playing and all that. And so when my first con here, he came and we were connecting, and so I basically won the trophy for him. So
Nice.
so it's now in his house, and it was on our mantle before the move. So I don't know. I haven't been to the new house. So
That's very cool. All right. So now, Mike, you're like me. You don't actually play in games when you're here, do you?
No, I don't play any games. I run a game every year. I run an annual game of B1 in Search of the Unknown. Sorry, I did that last night, and I do it the first night so I can get it out of the way because it's so busy. But yeah, I don't have time to run games. But what I love about this con is just the schmoozing. It's major schmooze time at this con, and so when you get when the dealer room shuts down, everybody's wandering around. That's the best time of the con.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, we're up till 3 a.m. just telling stories.
Well,
hanging
Pexx
out.
was really hurting this
I think
morning.
I've missed that.
Oh,
part.
really? Oh.
What? Are you hanging out late?
Yeah, because of the gladiatorial arena. That's what I've stayed up doing. It's just I got almost total party kill is why I'm here right now. The game was supposed to go until midnight, but Chimera breath down the hallway.
Oh, yeah. That could do it. That could be a little bit.
Yeah, especially when he does exactly the amount of damage that you have health.
I mean, I think one of the reasons this is doing
That
this is
would
because
be kind of critical.
skinny, and so the weight of the
Yeah.
We had. I was very lucky in our V1 game last night. We had Errol Otis drop in to play, which was. It's funny because this is the third time he's dropped into my game, and I get a kick out of the fact that he apologetically asks me every time, can I please join your game?
Right.
Like I'm ever going to say no to Errol Otis sitting into my BX.
No, never.
game.
Yeah, it's just
Noah, welcome. Hey, what's up? Hey, this is Noah Green, a fellow New Yorker.
That is correct, yes.
Now, Noah, you've been coming to the con for how many years?
This is my third.
All right, so just like James.
yes.
As a matter of fact, James is part of the reason I first started coming. Because when he organized the GoFundMe, it was a GoFundMe, right? Or was it just a private thing?
GoFundMe.
Yeah, to bring James Spahn here 3 years ago.
When
I got involved.
Thing was nominated.
Right, that was the reason why for the hero's journey. Yeah, so I said, shoot, yeah, I'll back that. I'll help him get there. And then I was like, what is this convention anyway? And that's how I got here. Yeah.
Awesome.
I forgot that's why you both got kind of into it was the James Bond. Let's send James Bond to NTRPG Con thing.
Right,
I
because he
forgot all
was
about
nominated,
that, yeah.
yes. And regretfully, James isn't here this year. His daughter had surgery dental surgery on Wednesday. That was a reschedule from later in the month, so shit happens. We have no control over that, but James is certainly missed.
Yes.
But playing the role of James at this con has been Pexx.
I just came out of his game.
Okay.
I just came
Oh,
out
that's
of it.
right, because I walked back there.
Which James Bond game was Pexx running today?
That was the in Vino.
In Vino Gigantus?
Yeah.
Now, how did he do? Because knowing, you might not know this, Noah, but he did not read the module before. Wow. Yesterday's the first time he ever read the module.
Well,
it might have been today, actually. I don't know.
He did it. He did it quite well. He would make Spawn proud. He seemed to know it pretty well, running us through it.
I would say that might be a...
he had 24 hours to digest it.
Yeah.
Well, but he also had to learn Teagle Manor like I did.
Oh my God! So he ran that as well. Oh right, because
Right.
James was
As soon as you Teagle, and
Well, I think a well-written module would allow you to do that.
I wouldn't know because here's the true confession. I read the first 60% of Teagle Manor. Said, "Holy shit! I'm running this for Swords of Which We Light. First level characters that are going to fucking die before they get past the first room." So I was like, "All right,
Here's our guy.
I'm gonna go. Here's Pexx, the infamous
Talking
Pexx,
about how well you ran that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
the Pexx."
Did I
Talking. You're on the podcast, dude. So
This is the tavern.
Hey guys, what's going on? Having fun in North Texas. Just got done running in Vino Gigantus. One of my players showed up.
Yep.
He had fun.
I did. He did. We all did.
yeah, a Mike Whoopi
Hopefully
spot
more
though.
than one of your players showed up.
Okay.
Hey, I know you. You were
Yeah.
in the Discos and Dungeons.
I
game.
was. Yeah. We were at this very table.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I was Holston the fighter.
That's right. I was Legoland the elf.
Legoland. Nice.
Pulled the Disco Inferno on that friggin' giant.
Yeah. That was a great. This Carl Hiles game. That was really a lot of fun. The '70s components.
Cool miniature who looks sort of like
Nice.
Ron Jeremy in his prime.
Thank God this is not a visual.
Yeah.
We can't show you what this looks like, but
Visual medium is overrated.
yeah. Certain
Use your imagination.
certain things you got to tap out on, and this is one of those tap outs. And don't think I need to see Ron Jeremy in my tavern chat.
The Hedgehog.
That's a game last night. There's Errol.
Oh, nice.
There's me. I always forget to take a picture of Errol Otis in my game.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
So thankfully somebody took the picture
Yeah,
for
thank
you.
goodness. I wanted to say
J.E.
that.
Shields.
What's that?
J.E. Shields.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, good meeting you.
So,
That
first time.
That went really great and great
First time,
dungeon.
but...
well, you've learned something now. Pexx is good at improvisation because
He did
because
his homework.
like I was going to say, Teagle Manor. I read the first 65%, and it's like it's a death dungeon for anybody, let alone first level characters. But I got the flavor. I knew how it should play out for the most part, and I just had to reskin it for first level characters and make it more about interaction and less about getting their asses kicked. Which they still got their asses kicked, but thankfully for them, nobody died. I should feel guilty not having any marks on my belt this con yet, but tomorrow's another day.
Yeah,
My-
I'll be in it tomorrow morning. Actually,
Rach might be joining us, and if she does, I don't have a problem killing off my wife in game. But no, it's okay. It's a king size bed. I can sleep on the far side. It's all right.
Wow. There's something going on here we don't know about. Maybe we should talk about this later on.
No. She's having a blast. Oh, and by the way, she ran in whatchamacallit, John Webb's game, the youngest of the Webbs, and they had 13 players. And this young man handled 13 players with a lot of fun, including players that, like, Rach has been playing for years. Matt Finch called around on it yesterday when he asked, well, who's here is, like, not familiar with Swords and Wizardry, and she's like this, and he's like, shut the fuck up, Rach. You've been playing now for like 6 years, and she's like, well, all right, but I'm still not very comfortable with the whole thing. But they had some real noobs, and 13-year-old ran it, as I understand, as a pro. So that's pretty cool. And players left very happy. Now, Pexx, I've only heard good things about you, so you are now the junior spawn.
Woo!
There you go. Now you got to write us some games.
Oh man, I can't compete with that.
All right, just continue what you're doing, which is like being the most organized man in the Frog God universe.
Thank you. I'll try.
I mean, the competition. Well, your competition left the table.
Yeah, there's not much competition.
No, Edwin was your competition on that. You know, but I mean, this used to be the most organized man, right?
I was the most organized man in America, but Pexx outdid me, and so I turned the crown over to him, gratefully.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. See.
You mentioned John Webb running the game, and there's a proud moment when your boy runs something on his own.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
Now this has to be.
Is it Marvel?
No, I don't know what I would call it because it was roll 2 20-sided dice, and you need this number. And
All right, so he's a game designer.
There you go.
it was something loose that he was.
Are those anybody's chips right there, or is that?
I brought them down, but you may have some.
Oh, okay. I'm just feeling a little peckish here. Not Texas.
Texas.
No.
No.
He's already had enough puns for one.
All right.
No.
So, gentlemen, either one of you, we have an assortment of.
I'm sorry you had to deal with more of that after what I put you through.
My friend Chris donated to the cause earlier today, so.
I also have another proud moment.
We,
I feel like this is a really cheesy wet bar.
yeah.
That's pretty cheesy.
It's like you don't want to pay the hotel wet bar, so you come in with your own little bottles of nips, Diet Coke, and plastic cups.
So, my son's played the fantasy trip with Jeff Webb.
Really?
At a local game day.
Right.
Had a great time, and we came back. And I think the next day, I see this on the floor with my map.
Oh, nice! Holy crap! He was ready.
Yeah.
This isn't a visual medium. So
Right, yeah.
sorry. So we have to say it's a hex map that is artified up.
Yeah.
Or those minis.
No. He was trying to make his own fantasy trip, just remembering the rules that he had played. And,
Okay.
And since he didn't have any of the tiles to lay down, he's like, I'm going to make my own map.
There you go. All right. So the kid
And,
needs the game. I can't.
That's the spirit of the old days. I don't remember exactly what it was, so let's just do it.
Yeah, that sounds like Ken St. Andre.
I remember when
Right,
I was
with
like
Tunnels and
12,
Trolls.
we had no idea how to get gaming miniatures. We used salt dough to make these little blobby dudes.
Oh, damn.
My very first miniature I made for my dad when he was running his game. I guess I was too young to play, but you get a penny, a piece of gerbil block, those little soft things that they would chew on,
Right.
carved into that and stuck a toothpick in it. And he still has it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
These guys, they had a core of aluminum foil, and then, it looked sort of like a Hershey's Kiss with a little knob on the top with eyes poked in it. And then it had little pockets poked in the midriff, and then you'd have like a cocktail plastic sword would be your sword. A wooden match was a torch. that
Okay.
kind of thing. And you had a little baggie, and that was like your backpack. So
Damn.
it kept you honest.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I had Grenadier miniatures, so screw y'all.
Well, no, I had Grenadiers too, but I bought the Wilderness ones with the halfling that's like just a tree stump.
Yeah.
It's a cross. It's a halfling with
the halfling in the tree stump.
in a tree stump.
I remember that.
With a crossbow.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
I was so fucking disappointed with that set because I'm like, I have a glob of lead. What am I gonna do with this shit? And when I bought paints back then, the paint minis, I didn't know not to buy enamels.
Oh, yeah. That's the first
That's a
mistake you
mistake.
always
Yeah,
make.
big mistake.
Because you got enamels at most hobby shops because nobody was painting miniatures. They were painting, military planes and battleships. So you got enamels. And it's just like, why are my, wilderness people, reflecting light all over the place? Oh, because I use enamels. So, I didn't learn until I found, Gaines Workshop, Citadel stuff. And then I had no time to paint after I did my first couple of skeletons.
I think I'm going to have to build for next year. I'm going to have to make some of those salt dough miniature guys and bring them.
There you go. And then Mike can auction them
Cookie
off.
sheet of miniatures.
Midnight auction.
That would be great.
You got to run it in a cookie game.
yeah.
right theme.
Yeah.
Wait, edible minis. Can we
Well,
do
these
edible?
guys are salt dough. There's no way. Even rats will eat salt. We have rats in our attic. They won't even touch it.
We could think about it. it's a thought. But now
I will.
There's too many
I will
shows
say,
not
I will-
live. If this show was live, I'd ask one of our fans to call us a pizza. I got the munchies, but I
Yeah.
haven't smoked any dope tonight, so I don't know what.
no, nobody's listening in live just yet. And by the time you get the message to get his
So
pizza,
it'd be way too.
even if I put it up like right away, it'll still not like filter out.
I will say I appreciate your longer podcasts.
Oh, the interviews are awesome.
Well, that and I work 10-hour days.
Oh, okay.
And I need something to get me through my 10-hour days.
Well, we got a number of fireside chats probably being lined up. As Pexx should probably hear about this, since he's the most organized man in the
The thing I have to say
front.
is after the website.
No, I know the website too. Dude, I understand that. I've been doing research on that here. God help me. But
Praise God.
you know, we have a couple of people. Bill Marsh. It's not Bill's. Bill Meinhardt. Meinhardt wants to talk gaming collection, since he has. If you're the most organized frog, he is the most prolific collector of RPGs, the largest collection. More
I
brown.
don't think I can even be in the same pedestal in comparison. but
More
sure.
brown boxes. If you all don't know what brown boxes are, this is the first prints of the original D&D rules. He has a larger collection of brown boxes, and I think exist outside of. Like his total is probably more than the brown boxes that exist outside. So
White box when I was little, but I never saw a brown box.
yeah.
Big box guy.
And I've picked up 2 original collector's edition, which is 6th print of the. This is when TSR already knew that all right, we're gonna put D&D as an entity out to pasture. We're going with the red box and AD&D, but we can still make money off the collector's edition. And they did. And here's the other Barsh walking by us, Ben.
Ben,
No.
hair
Ben, yes. Ben the Hair Barsh.
That's usually my title.
Now, if you don't know, Ben is, I guess, the official videographer of Frog Guide Games? Is that your...
It's a pretty solid title. I think we haven't even landed on the title, but I think
I
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
think we just have. Listen, we have 3 of the frogs here.
Yeah.
So I put forward the motion. Do we carry the motion forward? The official videographer of Frog Guide Games? Sure.
Sounds good to
I'll
me.
drink to that.
All right.
Motion carried.
So it carries.
law.
So, look.
Well, you have to go for opposition, right? Any opposed?
No, we don't worry about this.
Oh, okay.
Voting observer.
Voting observers here. We have the UN on the side here.
That's right.
It's like, yes, it was all legally done. There were at least 3 votes cast.
It was ratified.
Switzerland.
If you say any opposed, then it gives anybody,
All right,
whether or not they're here or
Hey, it
not,
looked like
the
somebody's
chance.
approaching from the,
Speaking of videography, I have to go videography.
go videography. Because
I'm seeing, in fact, Frog Prime is over there.
By the way, we're sitting here at a table, and just to show you what kind of greatness is here, the one table over is Jeff Easley talking to Larry Elmore.
yes,
Which is, that blows my mind.
it does.
Absolutely blows my mind.
And just a little
And they're
name.
not swarmed.
No, they're not
They're
sworn.
just talking to Doug over there.
Yeah.
They're having a, tete-a-tete with just 3 of them, and they're just hanging out. Nobody's swarming,
They've
shoving
been at
stuff
that for
together.
hours, too.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's kind of con it is, though. Everybody just chills. It's so chill
It's
here.
such a Rich and I were finishing up our dinner over in the restaurant bar area tonight. And we're having dessert and beers, because, you have to have, because you can't not have, yeah. And Alan Hammett comes over and he's like, oh, Eric, Rachel. And I was like, oh, yeah, take a seat. And if you know who Alan is, Tower of Inverness, classic adventure. And he's just like, Eric, have you actually had a chance to talk with any of the artists? I'm like, no, we really should talk with Elmore. I'm like, do you know? I'm like, I one of those half introductions that just, he doesn't know who I am. He goes, well, I know he doesn't know who you are because
He doesn't know any of us.
Well, he goes, well,
It's too great.
yeah. Well, he goes, well, I asked him, we were talking about Ken Whitman, and I was like, hey, you got to know Eric Tenkar. He goes, who? And I was like, well, that's when you know you're not that great. But he's like, oh, I got to introduce you to Larry so you guys can talk about Ken. But a lot of it might not be publishable. So then I really feel bad because I have inside knowledge I can't share, and it's like I have enough of that shit. It comes to the territory. I don't need more of it. But
I mean, this is the best con for that. It's like really laid back. I've had games where some of the people who helped to write D&D, you're playing with them, they go, "Oh, I'm telling anecdotes. You want me to stop?" No. We want you to keep on.
yes, we
We're
want
here more for the anecdotes than the actual dice.
right. I mean, we're here in the present, but we want to hear the history.
Yeah.
Always.
And that's what's so great. I mean, I go to pretty much all the old school cons. And this is the one. They're all good. They're all good to great. But this one goes to 11 because we can do this.
Yeah.
And everybody, even if you don't know somebody by name, you know them by face. Because you've been going to the con for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years.
You'll get to know them.
You'll get to know them, it's right. And nobody's going to look at you if you go to somebody that you don't know personally yet and go, "Hey, hi, my name is Eric." They're like, "Oh, yeah, John." Because you've seen each other. It's relaxing. It's natural. And Gary Con is a beautiful con. It is getting way too crowded for something like that to exist. And I'm glad that you and Doug have kind of capped this, Mike.
Well, this is kind of exactly what we wanted to do, though, because that's why we capped it at 500. And this is exactly, that's why I think I'm just so excited this year. This has been my favorite year. Is I think we've absolutely captured what we want to do at the con this year, which is have a bunch of people show up, play games, but you can also hang out and you can see some really famous people. We were just in there. You saw us in the vendor hall. We were talking to you and Rach were talking to some people. Errol Otis strolls in.
Well,
starts talking to Chris Haskell.
Well, here's the thing. I was talking with Chris Haskell. We were talking about Errol Otis when Errol Otis
appeared.
His name it's kind of like Candyman. You say his name 3 times, he shows up.
He walks in, and and just so happens underneath the table, I've got my entire stack of S3, S4s, Rogues Gallery, and a couple other items. "Hey, Errol, could you sign this as you talk?" No problem. So as he's talking, he's signing all that. Somebody also brought the record album that he did the cover for. He did 2 record covers.
Really?
2 record covers. And he just signed it all as he was talking. No big deal. Nobody big times anybody here. Errol Otis he's just chilling, just talking, telling stories about stuff. And it's great. That's the whole atmosphere here. It's very, very laid back. There's no VIPs. This is a convention with 0 VIPs. Everybody just walks around. We ask the guests, we say, "Look, you only have to run 2 games. If you want to run more, you can.
Right.
But choose the most, because a lot of them, they go to these conventions, they're made to run 4, 5, 6, 7 games, because
right.
we're going to get our money's worth out of this guy."
Of course.
And so, but no, we just say run 2 games and just walk around and talk to people the rest of the time. It's great.
That's
Me
why.
getting my money's worth is being able to hang out with them.
Yeah.
Sure, it really is.
Well, and that's the whole thing too. It's like I've said it before too. Like when I run games at these conventions, I don't turn away people that walk up as long as the seat's available. I can steal them. I can run with 12, 13 players, even though registration captures 8, because if people are coming to a convention, they want to have a good time. And it depends, if it's a game they want to get into or people they want to meet and talk to, it's why they're there. And my job, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm running games, is to give people a good time and a happy time. I'm not going to turn people away just because it got closed out. Yeah, if we start hitting like 16, 17 players, I'm not Matt Finch. I'm not Bill Webb. Not like Matt. I'm not going to climb on a table to make sure people have my attention, or be Bill Webb and stand in the middle of the room on my bare feet with a D20 the size of a fist. I don't own one the size of a fist anyway, but I have a limit, but I haven't gotten to that limit yet, and I'm okay because everybody's having a good time. And that's it.
Here we sit at our wet bar in the middle of the gaming area.
Well, again, now
our impromptu wet bar.
The wet bar is thanks to my friend, the frugal GM, who was frugal enough to bring basically a suitcase worth of.
Where is the frugal GM right now? What is he doing?
I saw him earlier as we were starting this up. He was, I think, walking to a game, but he has basically the the wet bar in his.
But by the way, that just brought us something that's really funny. So you go here, and you know a lot of people. Sometimes you know them by their face, sometimes you know them by their name, but sometimes you see their face and their name, don't know who they are. Then they mention their blog name,
Right.
or their Facebook name, like, oh, I'm the amazingly pointy-haired GM. Oh, I know you. I love your stuff. You know?
Well, listen, my favorite is like my first year I came here. You knew who I was from the blog.
Oh, well, big time. Yeah, there you go.
Doug Ray had no clue who I was. No clue.
Not a blog guy. He's
Right.
not a blog guy.
Now, that being said, I think first year that the Frog Gods took care of me and treated me and raged to the con, they registered me under my real last name, Stina. And Doug, I was like, Doug, yeah. I go, hi, Tanko, you're not here. I go, wait a minute, I'm not there. He goes, you're not there. He goes, well, try my last name. And I say what it is. And he's like, what the fuck is that? I go, it's my last name. He goes, no, it's Tenkar. I go, I understand that. Like, you were in law enforcement. I was in law enforcement. You need a little separation between your social media and your real name. Now it doesn't really matter. He goes, so, but then why did you just use Tenkar? I go, I didn't sign up this time, okay? Ben!
Give me my damn Ben.
We are doing an impromptu fireside chat / talking crit. This is Ben Burns.
Hello.
It's Ben Burns, just one of our finalists for this year's Three Castles Award for Best Game Design of the Year.
Which would
Well, welcome, Ben. Why don't you talk about your item that's up for the Three Castles Award while you're here?
You haven't had enough to drink, though, right?
No.
That can be crap.
Oh, but you can pour it. But Ben can pour it on Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that way he'll smell it.
I'm gonna
He's
lick
been
it. I'm gonna
drinking.
lick it off. I'm gonna suck it up my shirt. Here.
Yeah, so my book Devil Swamp is up for the Three Castles. It's a Call of Cthulhu scenario book. It has 8 scenarios in it. It's a lot of fun.
You know.
Based in the Hockomock Swamp in Massachusetts.
Oh, nice.
And so Ben's been coming not since our first one.
No, since the second one.
Since the second one, and he's gone from a con goer to, hey, I'm going to start publishing some stuff, to he now has board games and
Board games, card games, and lots of
all kinds
RPG stuff.
So it's he's one of the guys that kind of like, started meeting these people at the con. Like, I can do what they do, Screw those guys. I can do better than what they do.
That's right. If you don't like what's out there, make your own.
And here he is.
And that's the whole
publishing
point to it. That's just
was.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, there's no coffee at the table.
There's no coffee at this table, sir.
We don't drink coffee at this table, sir.
There's coffee?
No.
No
I'm
coffee.
offended.
So, folks, I'll be grabbing Ben in the weeks to come for a fireside chat.
Yeah.
Oh, there
well,
you
can
go.
I put in a quick? So right now I have on Kickstarter a D&D adventure called Brutal Games. So just imagine a maze runner with the running man and the maze, and yeah.
Drop all those names. Drop them, baby.
Drop them, baby. It's a great game, and the author Reese is in there running it right now,
Oh,
and
nice.
the players are having a fantastic time. So
Great. Totally unplanned, folks.
Totally
We did
unplanned.
not know that Ben Burns was going to come by.
I didn't even know they were doing
all
that.
this
And
stuff.
hey, it's the second Ben to come by.
Oh, yeah.
Second bit.
Second Ben, but the Barsh didn't last as long.
That's not uncommon.
And the Barsh is the younger one. The hair just shows you his youth, but maybe it's
It's all a hair
misinformed.
product, It does bad things to you.
You'll go away soon enough.
There you go.
All right, you guys be good.
All right,
Be
Ben.
good, Ben.
Good, it was good to see you, Ben.
You say you never know who's gonna stop by.
You never know. That's so great. That's what this seems to be an annual thing now.
Certainly.
Tenkar's tableside chat at
right.
with improvised wet bar.
Improvised wet bar, thanks to the Frugal GM. And
Maybe Frugal GM can sponsor us.
oh yeah, that'd be good. Sponsored by the Frugal GM. We'll do it on Friday nights because Friday nights is kind of the lull.
It
Can't
is.
do Saturday night.
So it's the calm before the storm of Saturday.
right, because Saturday's a busy day.
It's like hard to believe this is Friday because I've been here since Wednesday night, so it's like it feels like it ought to be Saturday, but no, there's more.
Yeah, and we have the midnight auction and seafood buffet, right?
Just a little over 24 hours from now, we'll be midnight. Satan will be selling souls and much more at the midnight auction.
Are we gonna have more of the Jack Chick books?
Oh, we got all kinds of. This year's going to be a good year.
Oh, okay.
Last year they ran a little long. I ran it about an hour and a half. People were nodding off and passing out.
I'm going to be true confession. I left at like 1:05.
It went a little too long. So this year
I'll need more alcohol to keep me
short and
going.
sweet. We're gonna do it in an hour. We're gonna have this thing. We're gonna pump it out in an hour. It's gonna be great. We got some great stuff coming up midnight auction.
And when we thinking, what are you actually going to get in the midnight auction? We spoke about Arrow Lotus. Well, I actually got a beat up copy of the basic rules that Arrow Lotus signed for. Like,
Nice.
I got it for like $10 or something like
that's
that.
right, yeah.
So I mean,
I always wanted was that Arrow Lotus piece of art was the weapon rack.
oh,
Like the stuff. That's an image that has stuck with me forever.
it was a lot.
From the red box, and I'm sure it's probably older than that.
And there's certain pieces of art from my early gaming that you just never forget. I mean, besides the succubus from the Monster Manual, which the page was always like, you could find it easily because it was finger worn because you went to it so often as a young teen or preteen. But Paladin in Hell, that just it's iconic to that era of gaming.
By the way, you want to hear a little piece of Arrow Lotus trivia that I just
Yes.
remembered because I was talking to him. So I got him to sign copies of Dragon Magazine number 55, which was the only cover that Arrow Lotus ever did for Dragon Magazine. It's the
Interesting.
one that's got the big Cthulhuoid monster, and then there's a little gnome.
Yeah.
And the fighter's walking through the doorway. So I asked her, I said, it's kind of odd, Arrow, you only did one cover for Dragon Magazine. He goes, I actually did two, but they rejected the second cover. Well, why? I want to hear the story. So, if you look, it became later on became a piece of interior art. If you ever see the piece Errol did of a smiling female drow, she's got this big giant smile on her face. She's got this really weird headdress, and she's got this really creepy smile on her face.
Oh, big grin, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you see the girl. Well, if you look closely, she's got two earrings that have baby embryos in them. Because he thought drow are so evil that they would take their own babies and take
Right.
the embryos and make earrings. That was considered way too over the line by TSR, and so they pulled the art. But that was supposed to be a Dragon Magazine cover. And see, this is the kind of things you learn when you talk to these guys.
Definitely.
But it eventually ended up becoming a piece of interior art. So,
That's pretty cool.
now you know the rest of the story.
I have a similar story with this illustration.
Now, he's talking about the illustration that is the cover art to Swords and Wizardry Continual Light.
Yeah, so I was commissioned to do this illustration for a cover, and after working hours on the illustration,
Right.
turned it in, and it got rejected.
Eric Tinkar told you to fuck off.
I benefited from this.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the name out of who commissioned it, but and so it was too good. I don't know what the word is. It didn't.
Too slick, too professional.
It didn't fit the style of what they were going
Did not
for.
fit their zeitgeist.
Yeah, and so I had to redo it, and so I basically did another version that was a lot simpler. Oh, that one looked good.
Yeah, it does. Heck. I just poured a rum chata, Caribbean rum
like
with
rum
real
chata.
dairy in my Coke. So we'll see how that's
That okay.
Some milk.
Straight that straight? Probably. Oh, no, you can't because you finished the bottle off. That was the only decent liquor you had in that that was actually pretty good. This one was pretty good. The Free advertisement. We're advertising American Honey Sting. What is it?
oh, it's honey. It's was it a whiskey with honey and like jalapeno peppers or some shit like that.
James, hand me that
Ghost
purple
peppers.
bottle there. Yeah, that pink one right there.
God.
This is like a bored housewives.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
You gotta open it. You gotta sniff it. You gotta open it and
This
sniff
is
it.
this is a bored rum chata.
We'll get to your cover in a second.
It's the board house.
Yeah, it's the bored housewives wet bar here.
Yes. Now, I actually have this one
I can't
upstairs.
open this. What the hell?
Oh,
Well, it doesn't want you to open it at a protection for your.
Ed's gonna give it a shot there.
my mighty.
Yeah, there's no way a bored housewife could open this, so I don't know. What
We gotta go. You gotta go to a tool.
Oh, we got a tool here.
I'm a tool using it.
That tells me that there's something wrong with this.
It's
It's not opening.
Come on, you little bitch. There you
There you
go.
go. Oh yeah.
My mighty strength
Oh,
finally
there you go.
succeeded.
All right,
to
so let's see.
the-
This is called Three Olives. I don't know what kind of liquor it is. It smells like
Fruit Loops.
soap.
No.
Fruit Loops.
No, but it's like toxic. Fruit
Yeah,
Loops.
no, it does smell like Fruit Loops. You're right.
You know,
you use to kill aphids.
All right, I am going to do a
he's
taste
gonna
test.
chug it. He's gonna chug
No,
it.
I'm not going to chug it. I am going to very lightly taste this. Oh God, that's awful. Dear God in heaven.
What does it taste like?
I can't describe it.
But wait. The aftertaste is Fruit Loops.
You're right. It's like Fruit Loops and acid, and not the good kind of acid. Does anybody else want to try?
I'll give it a try.
Okay.
All right.
I'm game.
Here,
Oh, that's
you're gonna
awful.
have to hold the phone close.
Dear
because
God.
We need to see the reaction.
Three olives. Okay.
$3.
There you go.
It's
Oh God.
It's sort of like sugar water with like some insecticide.
Yeah, insecticide. That was that taste I couldn't identify.
It's like
Insecticide.
aphid killer. That's what it is.
But then it tastes like Fruit Loops at the end.
Where's the Frugal GM? I'm going to beat him up.
And he said this was a highly rated one.
Well, Fruit Loops.
Highly
when you
rated
let them-
what?
I don't.
Highly rated
like
insecticide.
Fruit Loops,
Yeah.
If you let them crumble down into the milk and then it turns into a syrup. And then you
Who
mix
sits
it
around
with
and thinks about
seltzer.
making an alcohol that tastes like Fruit Loops? Who does that? What kind of a
Follow your
monster?
nose.
What kind of monster does that?
I went Cocoa Puffs myself, but
Oh,
all right.
By fuckheads.
God.
So now let's go back to the artwork from Swords of Wizardry.
sorry. Go
So-
Continue light.
So I did a much simpler version of this that took me far less time.
Right.
Turned it in, and he accepted it. But since I keep most of the rights of my
Right.
illustrations, because I offer them when clients want to buy them, but
Right.
most of the times it's a hobby industry, and most of the time they don't want to spend the extra money.
Right.
And so, on this particular piece, it was when he hired me to do it. It was with the understanding that it was going to kind of get thrown into. I don't think necessarily the public domain, but be out there. And so now it's available as pay what you want
Yes.
on drive-through. Not this one.
No, the black and white one.
No. The simple version of this is on
okay.
drive-through, and so I'm sure you've seen it.
Yes.
That it doesn't hold.
No,
I
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, does not hold a candle to this.
Yeah.
Actually, I think you offer the black and white grayscale one as stock art. I think that's where I first saw a version of this.
Right.
And then I went through my support on the Patreon, and I'm looking through the Patreon stuff, and then I went, holy fuck! I have access to what I was going to make a black and white cover for Swords of Witchcraft. I mean, I liked it that much. I said, it's a full color version. And I was like, holy shit. So those of you who don't know, when I got my first print copies, my proof copies, I brought it over to my sister's house. I was watching my niece with my wife, and we show it to my niece. And at that point, she was 6, and she looks at it, and she grins from ear to ear, and she goes, "Auntie, Uncle," and she holds it up in front of her and goes, "This sells! This sells! Uncle, you're going to make money on this! This sells!" I'm like, what about what's inside? She goes, "No, the cover! This sells!" And she was right. It is an amazing piece of work. It is just so evocative. And that young girl knows. Now when she was 7, she was telling me that when she turned 8, she'd be old enough to go to conventions with Auntie and Uncle. But now that she's 8, she told me that she'll be when she's 15, she'll be old enough to go to conventions. And we kind of bought a little time on that one. And thank God she knows her own maturity level, because she'd be good, but she'd be like dead tired by 9 o'clock, and we wouldn't have things like this. It'd be.
I look forward to the day when she wheels you in a wheelchair,
Oh.
and you're still going to the con, and she's old enough to drive, to fly her for Uncle Ted car to the.
Well, the story is my sister was in a panic a couple months ago because she's like, "You got to check out what Shannon's doing on social media." I go, "Why me?" Because my sister doesn't understand it, and she's like, "Well, you got to check it out." I go, "Why? What's going on?" She's posting stuff on YouTube. I go, "How do you know she's posting that? Have you seen it?" She goes, "I can't find it, but I hear her talk about posting stuff, and she's saying that, oh, I'm going to be live and this and that." And I go, all right, I'll talk to Shannon. And I kind of forgot about it, but Shannon's over at my house. She's watching TV with me, and as we're sitting down on the couch, and she snuggles in, she goes, "This is Pinky Tenkara, and you're listening to the Tavern Chat podcast. I am your host, Pinky, and we're going to talk Dungeons and Dragons and D&D." And I looked at her, and I went, "Huh?" She goes, "Well, Uncle, you're going to get old sometime." I go,
Sometime?
yeah, sometime. I go,
Yeah, sometime.
I go, okay.
Oh dear, I might have already.
I didn't know if he had seen that.
Oh yeah, let me show it to Mike. It's a visual thing here. I'm showing Mike the
accepted version.
The accepted version.
Of this.
That's better.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not that you do bad work, but this is.
Version, the one version.
No, this is. I can't say it. But
No, don't say it. Don't. No.
Yeah.
Don't say it, but we know.
Yes. Not something I'm proud of.
So. Oh wow. So.
Yeah. So I have a story about North Texas.
Okay.
I actually found out about North Texas before I even went to North Texas. I was still in seminary at the time, and I had built a custom role-playing table with my father-in-law that had a raised section for your map and all your players.
Right.
Each player had their own section they had LED lights and a little messaging system.
Damn.
A little messaging system where you open this little ball.
Right.
You put in the notes, and then you roll the ball, and it'll go to the game master, so you can see whatever it is that you have to say to him. But we weren't using it much, so I want to put it online, selling it, and I didn't know him at the time, but Doug showed up at my house to purchase.
Really?
Because he wanted to use it at the con early. I forget how long ago this was. Someone else has it though. I don't know who.
There's a skeeter at the table.
Supposedly Kevin Watson's stuff is here.
Yes.
I've been
We found it.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So that's how you met Doug? Is actually Doug coming to buy the table from you?
Yeah, before I ever even knew about North Texas, that's the first time I heard about it. I was like, oh, there's a con. I gotta go. It wouldn't be until years later when I developed a relationship with James and got him here. And
you came here, and then you realized it's the same Doug.
yes.
Wow.
Well, I knew that I had sold a table to the person who owned or was running the con, and so I had to do a little bit of digging to make sure that this was for sure what I remembered. But yeah.
Well, now I want to know where that table is. I have no clue where that table is.
Someone, who was it?
Did he resell it or give it away? Or?
Yeah, it wound up being. Who was it? Someone that was either helped out with the con or.
Oh, I think I remember. Yeah. Well, for a while, I remember it was stored in the warehouse, and we weren't using it, which sucks because you really want to use something like that. And then, I think you did give it to somebody that helped us out with the con. I don't remember who it was. That stinks. I wish we had that table now. Darn it.
Well, was it 6 degrees of separation? You realize they really aren't that many degrees?
By the way, let me throw something in real quick. I'm looking at The Haunting of Hastur, a campaign by Kevin Watson. And just to throw this out there, this is why this convention is such a great convention. Kevin just donated a couple of copies of this gigantic hardback, over 230-page hardback to the con. And thanks a lot, Kevin. We appreciate it. And it was signed by Kevin and also signed by Verika Gamer Girl, Jamie Chambers' wife, I believe.
Oh, that's very cool.
So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin Watson.
Wow,
Awesome.
we're coming close to 50 minutes.
It feels like it's been 5 minutes.
It does, actually.
Yeah, it goes by super fast.
Yes, we're gonna have to do this next year, and I think we are the 3 that are gonna be the hosts next year. Yeah, James, you got it by longevity. You stuck it out from the beginning till now. Haven't left. So, and then of course we got Mike.
Yes.
Well, I've realized I missed out on the schmoozing because I've been in that gladiator game.
Well, now you got a chance.
He's
to
waiting for
schmooze.
his opponent so he can find out if he moves on to the finals here. And so we've been waiting here nobody showed up yet, have they?
No.
Well, he's in a game, so that's the
you
thing,
wait for the game to be over. Okay.
Well, I game so much that I'll game to midnight, and then I still have that gladiator game I gotta do, and so everybody else is doing the schmoozing while I'm gaming. So I gotta plan better.
You can't plan. You can't. Man.
No,
There's a limit to it, and you're there.
I mean, I got to plan better as far as how many games and what times I sign up for games, so I have time for snoozing. Because
All right.
literally, my blocks would be 9 to 1 and 1 to 6.
That was my first year, and by Saturday night, even we went to a game. It was supposed to be Dallas, run by Michael Curtis, and Tim Schneider, myself, my wife Rach, Rich LeBlanc, Michael Curtis, and I forget who else was there. And Curtis is losing his voice; he can barely talk. The rest of us are shit-ass tired because we've been in games constantly, and Mike's like, "Listen, I'll run it, but I'm really losing my voice. How about going to the bar?" All right, yeah, we'll move to the bar.
It's a solution to everything. Yeah.
As we know, Pexx round 2.
Just got done talking with Glenn.
Okay. Well, don't even.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what? We're at 50 minutes. We'll probably wrap it up for today. Who knows? Sunday as things wind down, maybe we'll do a second episode.
I was hoping we could do one of our post-con wrap-up episodes maybe next week or the week after.
Definitely.
Definitely got to do that.
And we could actually not just do us, but we could grab other people from the con to come into the recording on Discord.
Yeah, just holler down like you did me, and I'll sit down. We'll sit down.
Just grab random people and
Yeah.
talk about the con.
I cam right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
I just like, screw you all. I'm old enough. I'm old enough to know I don't want to be part of whatever silliness you adults are doing. I'm out of here. All right, I think we could wrap it. Pexx, any words of wisdom?
If you're not here this year, come next year.
Thank you, Bonnie.
There's still 2 more days. It's not too late.
True.
That too. Come down.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
James, words of wisdom?
Make time for socializing.
Yes.
Don't fill up your schedule so much you don't have time between.
That's great advice, because so many people when they go to a convention feel like they have to game every single slot, and all it ends up is Sunday you're absolutely beaten to a pulp,
Yeah, you don't want to sleep your last day away.
and you're just like, what another game, what? And,
Yeah.
leave yourself some space, and that's the best way to do it.
And as for me, yes, leave yourself some space. Socialization is why I'm here. I'm thrilled that Rach is getting to playing games. I enjoy playing in games. I enjoy running the games. But you know what? For me, it's the meeting people. So come by the Frog God booth. It's probably where I'm at. And
All right, I gotta go.
see, we timed it perfectly, man. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. Later.
Oh, that would help.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Hopefully, I won't be on tonight.
Triumph over all odds.
woo-hoo, let's go, James. All right, folks. We bid thee adieu. Good night.